Damn, it's been a while, hasn't it? So, let's get into...
Hey, I read the title. You don't like Mario Odyssey?
What? No, I just...
Hey, guys! This guy doesn't like Mario Odyssey!
No.
Can't believe I clicked on this stupid video.
No, it's just...
Get him, see?
Oh, God! Ow! Hello, I'm Focie. Welcome to another episode of Retroversy. Good news! We've moved out of my parents' place and sort of about time too. Sort of silly to be married, 25 years old, and living with my parents. But let's ignore that, please, forever. Anyway, lots of stuff has happened, and I've not had too much time to play a lot of things. I did take some time to play Mario Odyssey though, and damn, it was really good. And I mean, it's incredibly good. I beat it, I crushed it, and it was amazing. I've had a lot of fun with it, and truthfully, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. It's full of whoa moments, and this is a Mario game I'm really glad I didn't get spoiled for me. So, in the same vein, this episode is going to be spoiler-free too, so no worries if you have not beat it yet. In any case, as you can probably see from the title, I do think that this game has problems. I mean, what game doesn't? However, in a sort of character-breaking moment, I actually want to focus on that problem, because I see nobody else talk about it. Please keep in mind that I do feel a little bit bad about this, because it's truthfully not something that's too big of a deal, and definitely not something to harp on. It is one of the greatest games of the year, I feel. Nah, I don't want to bitch about this, but I ended up loving this game so much, I'd like to present some feedback on how I personally believe Mario games can be made even better in the future. But before we can do that, I think it's sort of important that you guys get a little bit of context behind who I am and why that's character breaking. If you're in our Discord, then I'm sure you know me really well by now, but for those of you who are either new or not in our Discord, or both, here's some context to who I am and where I'm coming from when I'm reviewing games. If you want to skip my life story, you can go ahead and skip to the timecode on screen right now. I'm just gonna talk about my favorite games and common denominators between them. My favorite games from a variety of different genres are Metal Gear Solid 3, Final Fantasy 9, Persona 4, Mario 64, Earthbound, Undertale, Zelda Wind Waker, or Majora's Mask, I can't really decide between them, Ghost Trick, Professor Layton, Hotel Dusk, and Phoenix Wright, and many more. Like, seriously, so many more. But my absolute favorite game of all time has to be EA Dice's Battlefront 2. My first console was an NES, and my very first gaming memory is about me crying when my dad told me I couldn't play Mario 3 anymore. We had to go home, and I think I was probably 19 years old at the time. I love stories in games. More than just stories, I also love great characters, especially if it feels like they're trying. That's why I can forgive a lot of the gameplay shortcomings from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but it doesn't have to be a great story to be a favorite of mine. I love art styles that are stylized. That makes them age better too, if that makes sense. The reason me focusing on problems is character breaking is that I tend to be positive about games I talk about, and I don't like spreading vitriol. But I will criticize something I don't think is right. I also adore game music, and as you will see, almost every single game I mentioned before has amazing music. No, actually every single game here has really good music, and that's sort of where my issue with Mario Odyssey lies too. Now, why did I give you my goddamn life story? Because in one of Video Game Donkey's videos, he mentioned how a reviewer from IGN or something is just a wild card. You don't know them at all, and you don't really know what makes them tick. Brett Bayonne from the Completionist channel also mentioned that you sort of need to know a critic to be able to know if it's something that'll actually resonate with you, or if you value different things. So, now you know a bit about what I value, so let's go back to the topic at hand. Namely Mario Odyssey. I just want to stress before I start that it's a fantastic game, and everybody knows that. That is why I want to focus on the things that nobody's talking about, because I really think that it is important to talk about these things sometimes, as constructive feedback can actually make the next one even better. I mentioned Mario 64 being one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm not kidding. The controls are top-notch, the stages are so fun to explore and find stars in, and it's just incredibly charming through and through. And I think that a lot of that comes from the soundtrack. What would Mario 64 really be without this tune? Or this one? Or even this one? Oh, it's goddamn perfection. And I swear that they get stuck in my head forever. Now, you're probably thinking that I'm gonna say that Mario Odyssey's soundtrack sucks, but no, it doesn't. It has some really jammin' tunes, and for this video, I'm going to focus on Tostarena, the second world of the game, and the one shown in most of the trailers. Low-key though, Soltitlan is a super cool name for the place. Good job, Spanish localizers. Anyway, like I said, Tostarena has some really cool soundtracks. I mean, listen to this. Oh, it's so jammin'. Now what's the issue, I hear you ask? It's honestly that this part only plays during the ruins part of the stage, which is something I think is a huge shame. See, I spent around 15 minutes in the ruins part of the level, and then I spent the rest of my time looking around the desert for the rest of the moons, which took about 3 to 4 hours. Problem here is that unless something extraordinary happens, like riding a jacksie or going to an underground section, you're actually stuck with nothing but silence. Roughly translated, this means 15 minutes of neat music and 3 to 4 hours of just silence. Now, let's go back to Mario 64. What's that song here? Yeah, of course, it's Bob on Battlefield, everybody knows that. But not only is it a friggin' classic, it plays throughout the entire level too. How cool is that? Sure, the level is smaller, and I've seen a bunch of people say that you get tired of hearing the same soundtrack in Odyssey all the time. After all, I did spend 4 hours in the desert, and 4 hours of any music would get kinda grating over time, wouldn't it? Well, I'm not really sure about that. See, Bob on Battlefield isn't just confined to a single level. It's also used in like 3 other levels. Bob on Battlefield is also the soundtrack to Tall Tall Mountain, Thwomp's Fortress, and Tiny Huge Island. And with at least 7 stars in all of those, that makes for 28 stars. I can math good. Of course, nowadays I can blast through all those stars with ease, but doing that stuff for the first time took me way longer. But I never got tired of the music at all. See, this is what I wish they had done for Odyssey, because as it is now, a lot of the game just feels quiet. Couple that with how a lot of the moons are sort of just there, it ends up kind of feeling like it's quantity over quality with a lot of quiet moments in between. Sometimes at least. Sort of takes the magic out of it and makes everything feel just a little bit more mundane. The moons are sort of like the Korok seeds from Breath of the Wild, and they were fun to get there, but in Odyssey, that's the entire point of the game, instead of it being like a fun little thing you do on the side. That being said, I don't mind the moons being easy to get for the most part. There are definitely enough hard ones that I can't really complain, but the lack of music makes the easy ones feel even less interesting than they would have been with the music, I think. I'd like to back my point up by a thing Steven Spielberg recently said about composer John Williams. Without John Williams, bikes don't fly, and neither do brooms in Quidditch matches, nor do men in red capes. There is no force, dinosaurs do not walk the earth. We do not wonder, and we do not weep. We do not believe. Music is a definite force to be reckoned with when it comes to setting the mood of a situation. Without music in a lot of Mario Odyssey, I end up feeling like it's sort of lacking that wonder Spielberg is talking about. It just becomes a little bit more mundane than I thought it would be, and I think that's a shame. Now okay, let's end this on a positive note. I still fucking love this game. I really, really do. Movement feels good, the locales are varied and fun. It's a game from 2017 without microtransactions, loot boxes, and pre-order bonuses, or any of that crap. To paraphrase the Norwegian gaming news channel Level Up, you buy Mario Odyssey and you actually have Mario Odyssey. No bells and whistles. And with how things are nowadays, that's actually amazing that you get to have one of the best games of the year and just have it. It's amazing. The issue with the music actually sort of resolves itself when you beat the game too. If you'll just let me spoil one of the rewards you get for beating the game, I'll let you in on the secret that is the music player. Basically, it just lets you play music from anywhere in the game, wherever you are. In my case, that meant that Tostarena's Ruins music was all over Tostarena. Had I known this going in, I'd have gone through the game pretty linearly to unlock the music player, and then go all completionist on the game. But since I didn't, I'm sort of left with the feeling that some parts dragged on just a little bit too long because of the lack of music. If you take anything away from this video, then just take away that Mario Odyssey is an absolutely amazing game and definitely one of the best games of the year. But it is missing a little something, in my opinion, to make it the best thing ever created. The music player is a fantastic touch, but you only get it at the end of the game, and you gotta go through the menus every time you want to start it. It would be cool if they let us use music from other games as well. Nah, I'm just kidding. But that's just like my opinion, man. What do you think? Am I bonkers? I'm guessing I'm gonna be crucified by a certain subset of people, but please realize that I'm only trying to offer constructive feedback. I'm not here to rain on anybody's parade. You love this game? Fucking love this game. It's a pearl. It's a gem. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm entering Examapalooza here, so I'm unsure when the next video is going to be out, but it's going to be worth the wait. I guarantee it. Yeah. I wrote this script a long time ago. Exams are now over, Christmas took over, work has been something. And now we're in the new year, so Happy New Year, guys. I'm going to release a quick little channel update video soon, so I can explain a little bit of what's happened, and what's going to be going on for the channel going forward. Speaking of which, I should thank my patrons, shouldn't I? Thank you so much for backing me, guys. This really makes me able to talk about Nintendo games and not be so incredibly bothered by the content IDing my videos. So thank you so much to Logan C, Kinwall, Robert Quigley, Elijah Alvarez, and last but not least, Game Taco, who pledged $10 because I won a bet against him in PUBG. Thanks again, dude. Oh, and thank you to Logan and Nick for the voice clips in the beginning. Oh, and Tay as well. As for his credit, he had this to say. As for my credit, as an obviously aspiring voice actor, I want my name up in huge rainbow flashing letters on the screen. You got it, man. Wait, what the? Where's my graphic? Oh. Well, that's all you get, bitch. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and please join me in the next episode where I'm sad to say that I'm going to bring a scathing review on Destiny 2. Ha det bra!